Welcome to the Traditional Bowhunting Wilderness Podcast. This is Jason Samkovic. I want to take a quick minute and I want to explain stropping. A lot of people question what it is, how it is, what the value of it is, that sort of thing. Stropping is basically taking your knife edge. Now, when you sharpen your knife edge, say you're using a crock stick, something like one of these. I use these crock sticks all the time, and you're sharpening your knife edge on there. You're doing that. Depending on the grit that's on these or how coarse they are, your edge on your knife that you end up building on here ends up having, they're like little jagged teeth is how it ends up being all the way across there once it's sharpened. They're hard to see with the human eye. They're there though, but that's when you sharpen it. Now when you strop it, what you do is you're using a leather, a cardboard, something, I'll get into that, but you're actually polishing off those little bitty teeth and serrations on there and making it really smooth. You're basically polishing that edge, and stropping is very important for getting good quality sharp edges. I don't care how coarse the stones or sandpapers or diamond stones or what you use to get your main edge. I prefer to use mostly coarse stones. And then I don't go through a process of, like with sandpapers, I don't usually go like with a 300 grit, then a 400 grit, then an 800 grit, then a 1,000 grit, then a 2,000 grit, then a strop. I don't usually do that. I don't need the edges polished like that. I like them a little more coarser. So I usually go 400 grit and then maybe 800 if I want. But I usually just do 400 grit and then I strop it. I like the more rugged, rigid, not quite so polished edge, but I do like the effects that you get from stropping and how they fine-tune that edge. So stropping, in my opinion, is vitally important. Now I'll show you some examples and some reasons here. But now when it comes to stropping, you can use a simple piece of cardboard. Cardboard works great. You can take a box, something like this. I got a little junk box sitting right here. You can take this box of junk, this garbage, and pull this piece off right here or leave it on there, and you can use that for stropping. You basically take that piece hard side up. You can lay it right here on the edge of a bench where you can work it, and you basically just strop just like that, just like you would reverse as you do on a stone, but that's going to strop that perfect. Hold the other side down and strop it just like that. That's going to give you the same exact effects as what you're going to get with leather. Leather I like a little better. I do use a lot of cardboard. This piece I have right here, I use it a lot. Leather works awesome. You can use just regular leather. I buy my leather. I got this piece from Tandy Leather. It's was actually it's said on here it is somewhere. I actually just saw it 2 inches wide and it was 72 inches long. But I've used it and I bought it probably 5-8 years ago. You can get this stuff online at like Tandy Leather or any leather shop's got a coarse side on there, which is real coarse. It's also got a fine side. I usually start with the coarse side and use those more than I do the fine sides, but the coarse side will end up eventually getting pretty fine too. But they're not expensive, and you can use them for a lot of you can make a lot of different ways. You can use a loose piece like this, which you see is crinkled because I actually fold it up and I throw it in my thing. A piece is always in my arrow box. Another great thing people don't know about that you can use too for stropping is an arm guard. Old arm guard, or even if you have your arm guard on your arm. With that arm guard on there, you can take and strop right on your arm guard. And I do that a lot in the field. If I shoot at an animal and miss and that broadhead stuck in the ground and I want to get that arrow out and I want to bring it back up in the tree with me, if I climb down and grab that arrow and bring it back up, I have one of these rods in my tree stand and I'll quickly touch that broadhead back up from being stuck in the ground and get it back, and then I take that broadhead and I strop it right on my arm guard until I get it back to perfect. Flip it over, do the other edges, and I do it right on my arm guard. Works like a champ. My main stropping thing that I use, though, I actually took a piece of that leather belt and I mounted it on a piece of wood. I put a little sticky side on the back so it doesn't slide around too well. It stays pretty good, but I have it mounted right on this board. So then I can take that piece, and what it does is it allows me here, you gotta be, if you're gonna use it flat leather, it has to be on an edge where you can get your knife blade off so your hand can fit down there. So you got room to do it. Where with this, I can do it anywhere I want on a table because it's up high enough that it lets my hand be able to be down here below it. So this is my main block that I use for all my stropping. It's done just like this right here. That's where, this is my favorite setup. And for that opposite side, everybody's usually got one way they go good and the other way that's kind of hard. I usually do my easy way like this, my hard way, where it's harder for me, I pull it to me, just like that. So it works awesome. It's a great setup. I don't there are compounds that you can put on the strops. I'm not a big fan of putting compounds on my leather strops. I just never was. I tried it once before. I don't like it. Now on my belt sander, I am using these strops or these compounds on there and testing those out. But as I told you, if you watch that video on the belt sander, which may or may not even be published before this one, this doesn't give me as good a results as I can do by hand on this. So maybe that's the reason why. I don't know. But for me, for stropping, I don't like to have any compound on it. I like it just raw leather or raw cardboard. Works fantastic. But that really puts that edge on there and really just takes it from something that's, pretty sharp to really sharp. It makes a huge difference. So it's really simple. Now, something that is very interesting that most people don't know about that is absolutely awesome, and I don't care what broadhead or knife or anything I do when I strop it on this leather and I get it done, every single thing I do, I have a little secret trick that I use. And what it is it's my jeans, my blue jeans. And I'll show you here. Now, for example, if I come pan out over here where you can see, I'm thinking you can, but I take my leg and I put it up just like that, wearing blue jeans all the time kind of thing, but this part right here, that's where I always do my final stropping. So broadhead or not, I take this and I'm not slow and I'm not picky. I'm always going away from me or, going back, running the blade backwards. But I always strop like this a few times on my leg. Always. This is always my final step. Doesn't matter if it's broadheads or if it's a knife. But for some reason, the blue jeans on your thigh and a little bit of convexness that it gives to it, this is a phenomenal strop. I've been doing this for probably 25 years. I don't remember how I first found out about it, but it works awesome. That knife now is so scary sharp that it's not even funny. So it works excellent. To give you an example of that, what I'm going to do, I actually have a knife here too that I'll show you. I have this Benchmade knife. One of the ones I used to carry, the pocket knife, 440 stainless steel. I sharpened this on crock stick rods, okay? I just kind of sharpened it up a little bit. Now, it's sharp, but it will not shave, okay? It's not going to take any hair off my arm yet. So I'm going to take this knife, I'm going to put it on that pant leg. Watch this. I'm going to give it, and it isn't like this stuff is, your pant leg, your jeans, your blue jeans are not very coarse. So it's not, something that you're going to do, just go 1, 2, 1, 2, and you're done. I mean, hit it a few times. Give it a couple good swats. You can be real generous, and you don't have to be exactly precise because it's not quite so coarse. But I'm going to take and do that a few times like that, and feel that. And now watch when I take that on my arm right here, which I'm hoping you can see. But if I take that, and you can see now, look at that, peels all that right off of there like nothing. So it went from being a knife that would not shave to a knife that will shave just by running it like this on my pant leg and using that as a strop. So I always finish every blade I got, it finished on my actual pant leg. So it makes a huge difference. But stropping, that's all there is to it. Like I said, it does not have to be anything elaborate or ridiculous. A piece of leather, an old leather belt, an old arm guard. If you want to set one up like this, if you're doing a lot of blades like that with a block on there, just a little block I bought from Home Depot and cut it to a length and glued that on there. It's nothing complex. You can buy leather strops that are made by companies. I never really got into that because they're expensive. They charge a lot more money for them, and it's nothing to make this. For the price that you pay for this, or for the price you pay for an actual custom-made stropping block like this, you can buy enough of this to do probably 10 of these blocks and build your own and have them all over. Plus have extra pieces that you can throw in your car, throw in your backpack. You can also take this piece here, if you want to use leather and you don't want to mess with jeans, you can lay that right on your leg too and strop perfectly just like that as well too. But I am telling you to definitely, if you got blue jeans on, try this. Not a lot of pressure, but try that. You will be amazed at how sharp that will make your edges if you have blue jeans on. So hope you got a lot out of it. Hope it was something of value there for you, and I'll be back with more stuff soon. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.